Okay, my mic is on. So, yeah, it looks like it's good. All right, let me welcome back everybody back to the first inning. And, yeah, man, we got a good show for y'all today. We're going to talk about the Silver Slugger Awards, some hot stove tea, and, yeah, and I guess the general manager meetings. But, yeah, we got another good show, man. And we got Michael Caputo with me today. And Mike, man, you gotta yo, we say a lot of things on this show, right? That nobody else says, right? Yep. And then Yankee management says bam, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
It's like they take it right from us, man. It's like, I mean, somebody from Yankee management has to be watching this. I'm telling you, because they prove me wrong every time, man. I mean,
yep.
Wow, it's crazy, man. We were the only ones talking about getting center fielders and catchers, and now Cashman wants to get a center fielder. He's looking into catchers. I mean, it's like, wow. So hopefully, man, they are listening, man. I mean, and you know what? I don't know who the hell they're gonna get at shortstop, but
well, they already knew that they had to do these things already, even without us talking about it. It's pretty obvious. That's what their needs are. They need a center field. They need a shortstop. They need a first baseman. They need two starters. They need a catcher. I mean, they already needed this already. I mean, this is well known. I mean, we were talking about this last season, what they needed, and they didn't do it. So now they have to get these things. But yeah, I guess they do somehow listen to what we say. But I think this was already this was obvious already. They had to do these things. So
yeah,
let's see if they actually do it.
And people are going crazy. Why they want to get rid of Aaron Hicks and all this? But people don't understand of the surgery that he got.
Why would they go crazy over it? He's terrible. He's not a good player.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. Every player that got that wrist surgery never came back and done well.
Yeah, Aaron Hicks is nothing but a bench player. He's like a backup player. I don't know why. If people actually are going to be sad losing Aaron Hicks, what are you losing? He gets injured every single year. He plays like half the season. He's not a good player. He's like a backup player. He's just another guy that strikes out. And he's a power hitter. I don't like him. I never liked Aaron Hicks.
And let me tell you, I don't think we're not really going to get much out of him with that surgery, man. So
no, you're not going to get anything out of him anyway. So why worry about losing him? We need a real center field. I want a pure center field, like a real guy that can hit for average, stays healthy, that's younger, that's a great player. I don't want a guy that can't guarantee to stay healthy. He's the worst. He's worse than Aaron Judge and Stanton when it comes to staying healthy.
Yeah, man. It's true. I mean, yeah, he hasn't really played anything at all. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna have to find somebody, man. You know, they have to. I don't know who they're gonna get at center field, but I'm sure they could get somebody pretty good at this point in time.
Well, they got to trade for somebody. They got to trade for Ketel Marte. Hopefully, I don't know who else they're gonna trade. I mean, there's really nobody. In terms of trades for players, there's nobody else out there that's good. And as far as free agents, there's no good free agent center fielders if you look at them. So who could they sign? There's nobody.
Yeah, that's true. They're going to have to go for Marte somehow.
Yeah, I mean, and if they don't get him, I'll be then they're going to have the same shitty outfield again. It's going to be a terrible outfield. Gallo, I mean, that's terrible. Hicks. The only one that's good is Judge. That's it.
Yeah, and he won a Silver Slugger award too, which is amazing. I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
They're gonna have to put Stanton in the outfield then. I mean, I don't know. I hope they don't put him as a DH again because they played him a lot last year in the outfield. But I mean, so they're gonna have to put him in the outfield with Judge, and then you still have to get a center fielder though. And that's why Aaron Hicks has to get traded.
Yeah, I think they really have to get somebody. And my thing with Stanton is I think they should start the season off with Stanton as the DH, and then as the weather turns and gets warmer, put him out there in the outfield for the rest of the season.
I was thinking, and Gardner's gone now, so we don't have to worry about him. But I was thinking of Judge in right, Stanton in left, and Ketel Marte in center, and trade Aaron Hicks, and then Joey Gallo could just be, I don't know, I would just trade the guy. I know they're not going to trade him because he's got 1 year left, and he's not going to be back next year. I mean, he'll probably leave. I don't think the Yankees will re-sign him. Definitely not. But
No.
you know,
They're gonna use him.
if you're not going to trade Gallo, why don't you just put Gallo as the DH?
They're gonna use him. Yeah, yeah, that's true. And I think they'll use Gallo for defensive purposes only, to give a guy a day off. That's about it.
Yeah, I look at Gallo as another play that's nothing but a backup play. He sucks. He's horrible. He's got a 206 average overall
for
his career. He's terrible. And Voigt's not coming back, so you might as well put him in DH then if you're going to keep this guy another year. But I think he's a complete waste. I never liked the trade. I hated it. It was terrible. I don't know why they traded for him. I knew he was going to be terrible. I knew it.
That was the worst signing of the year, I believe.
Oh, yeah, worst trade. Worst trade of the deadline. Worst trade. And the Yankees, see, that's the problem with them. Every time we come to the deadline, they don't do anything to help the team win a World Series. They're going to make all these moves, right? But what are they going to do at the trading deadline? They don't do anything.
Yeah, that's the problem I have. And they've been doing that for the last, I don't know how many seasons already.
Oh, forget it. They never made a big blockbuster trade at the deadline. Never. They don't make those moves, the Yankees. Even when they won championships, if you look back, they never made those type of moves. They only one move I could think of, David Justice. That's it.
David Justice and nobody.
Cecil Fielder, if you want to count that, he was a trade. Yeah, that was a big move.
And they brought over too Jose Canseco at the trade deadline. One time.
I know, but that was like a real, that was a dumb.
Didn't they get Jason Giambi too at the trade deadline?
No, Giambi was a free agent signing. That wasn't a trade deadline.
Oh, I know they brought back. I know they brought back Roger Clemens one year.
Oh yeah, that was like in mid-season. Yeah, that was before the trade deadline. Yeah, that was when Susan Waldman was screaming, "Oh, Roger Clemens is coming back." She made like a big thing out of that. Yeah, I remember that season. Yeah, I mean, I was happy at the time. I was excited, but he was too old. He came back and he wasn't the same. He wasn't that good.
Yo, let me tell you about Roger Clemens. I was there that game when he came back to pitch.
Yeah.
And it was a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, something like that. It was real hot. They blew him up in the first inning, right? Yo, I saw him right there. He was so red, man. He was like a lobster, man. I was like, wow, man. They blew his ass up in his first inning. But
he was in the I don't know if you remember when they announced that Clemens was coming back. He was in the Steinbrenner's what do you call it? Steinbrenner's press box, whatever they called that. His personal his box where he used to hang out. Yeah, man. And he announced that he's coming back. Yeah, that whole thing was dumb. That whole thing was retarded.
I was at a game one time when he was playing with Toronto. And I was down there behind the dugout, and he caught a ball. He caught a ground ball barehanded, man, and threw it to the first baseman. I was like, wow, how the hell he just do that? He caught it barehanded, man, and you hear the pop. I was like, wow, when he caught it with his hand. I was like, man, that must hurt.
Yeah, it's got to hurt. Nobody could really do that. Wow. I remember David Wright did it once. He caught the ball barehanded. That was a while ago. He did it once. I remember him doing that. Not many guys do that.
Nah, you break your hand, man.
You can't do that. Yeah, that's hurtful.
Yeah, man. That was like one of those one bounce ground ball.
Yeah.
Like he caught a bare hand. I was like, oh. I was like, wow.
And getting back now to the Yankees. Yeah, they have to get a catcher too. I do not want Gary Sanchez back. I want him gone.
Well, Cashman said they're looking into catches.
All right,
so yeah, man, somebody's coming.
Yeah, I don't know who they're going to sign. There's nobody out there. I mean, there's no good catches. The only way they could make a trade maybe for Wilson Contreras from the Cubs, because the Cubs are looking to get rid of everybody now.
It sucks, man, because
he's the only one I could think of.
Last year they should have bounced on getting Molina, man.
Yadier Molina.
He wanted to leave St. Louis, but St. Louis took him back anyway.
He wanted to stay there. They gave him a good deal. But he was looking at he was looking into free agency. But yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to have him. I can't stand Gary Sanchez. They have to trade him. He sucks.
Yeah, they have to get a catcher. They have to find a catcher.
But then you got to make all these trades now. There's a lot of trades that they have to do. You got to trade Sanchez, Voigt, Hicks. There's a lot of trades that they have to do.
Well, this is what they're doing. They're looking at catching. They're looking at first base, shortstop, and center field for right now.
Well, yeah, those are the holes, and they need starting pitching. I don't know. From what I've heard, speculation's going around that Verlander is going to go to the Yankees. I don't know. It's unconfirmed. They're saying that they signed him to a 2-year contract.
Really? That'll be dope.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's what we need, man.
Yeah.
That's exactly
what we need. It's not official, though. I don't know. But these are rumors, and a lot of people make up lies on Twitter.
Yeah, I know.
Get people it done by the end of the weekend, but they have to sign 2 starters. They can't just sign him. They need 2 starters. So.
Yeah, they need 3 starters that can.
Well, they're not going to sign 3. They're going to sign 2. I wish they could sign 3, but they're not going to do 3. 2 starters. They'll sign 2. Either one will be via trade, and the other will be a free agent.
Well, wait a minute. You don't know. It's possible, man. They could trade guys and get somebody here if they get Verlander.
I would love to get Verlander.
That's what I'm saying.
Scherzer, but that's not happening. I mean,
Scherzer, yeah, I know. That'll be like that'll be crazy. But I mean, in all reality, man, if they get Verlander,
Kershaw, Scherzer,
they can get somebody. They can get.
They have to. It doesn't look like the Yankees are going to trade for Luis Castillo because the Reds said they're not trading him. So that looks like that's out. He's their best starter. They're not going to trade him. So that's out. So I don't know in terms of trades what the Yankees could do.
Okay.
I know they try to trade for that guy from the Cubs. Okay, Kyle Hendricks, but he's a ground ball pitcher, and I don't like ground ball pitches. I like guys that strike guys out. I don't like guys that are ground ball pitches. So I think he's out. I don't know. Like, I'm looking at trades. Shane Bieber is out. The Indians aren't going to trade for him. They're not going to trade him. Maybe the guy from the Marlins. That guy, he's good. Sandy Aguilera or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be good.
Yeah. They'll one of those guys. I don't know, man. But here's my thing: if they pick up Verlander, and what they're saying is that the Astros gave him the qualifying offer of $18 million, right? For the Astros, but they saying that he's able to that he might be testing the market, right?
Who is
Verlander? So
Verlander's leaving. He's not staying with the Astros.
That's what I'm saying. So hopefully, if the Yankees could pick up Verlander, they can get a 3rd starter. They can. If they trade some guys,
I don't know about 3.
Well, no. If they get Verlander, they could trade for a 3rd one. They'll get a 3rd one, and they'll find a way.
I'm talking about signing 2 pitchers, or trading one and signing 2. Not a 3rd. I mean,
they don't have to sign.
I'm talking about they're going to sign 2 pitchers.
They don't have to sign 2. They're going to have to trade for the 3rd one. That's the best idea, man. They have to trade for the 3rd.
Sign 1 and trade for 1, so that's 2.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And then you got Cole. Yeah. That's your 3rd.
Cole's still their number 1, though. He's there.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the baby of the team, man. So he's gonna still be number 1. But if they get a guy, man, if they get these 2, if they get Verlander and trade and get, I don't know, man, they can do it, man.
Well, those are your top 3 starters. That's pretty good. Then your 4 and 5 won't be that good, but at least you have 3, top 3 starters. But I don't know what their 4 and 5 is going to be. You still need
they're gonna bring.
Starter, but
they'll probably bring back. They'll probably bring back Nestor Cortez, and they'll probably give Severino a shot.
Oh yeah, and you have Luis Still. Maybe they could put him in the rotation. So,
and then
I tell you, it'll be a better rotation than it was the last 10 years or so.
Definitely will be, man. If they can pull that off, it will be definitely a better shot.
Yeah.
Because you got to give the team a chance to win. I mean, if you got pitches that are gonna be getting blown out in the 1st inning, how can you give the team a chance to win?
That'll probably be the best rotation they've had in the last 11 years or 12 years. If they have Cole, Verlander, and I don't know, maybe a guy, what's his name? The guy from the Marlins. If they have those 3 guys, one of those 3, or 2 out of the 3, or 3, whatever, that'll be a great rotation. And I mean, it'll be better than what we've had the last couple of years. So.
Yeah, they definitely will. I'm pretty sure. I mean, with a rotation like that, they can get to 100 wins. And
then what about winning the World Series, the division and the pennant? That's their goal, the Yankees. They can't just make it to the playoffs and lose again. They're going to be embarrassed again.
And that's another thing too. If they're going to invest all this money on this great pitching, Verlander and whoever they're going to bring, they have to get a catcher.
Oh, yeah, and they got to hit runners in scoring position. But nothing's etched in stone. Look what happened to the Dodgers. They had the best rotation, and they lost. Kershaw, Scherzer, Walker Buehler. They still lost. So you can't go by, oh yeah, if we have that rotation, it's set in stone. You got to play, man. You got to play the game. It's only on paper. They have to hit with runners in scoring position. They have to have great defense, great pitching. They need clutch hitting.
That's what I'm saying. If they can go for those guys that can get the base hit and singles and doubles, and not the guy that hits the home run all the time, I mean, this team will be, crazy. You know?
Hopefully,
because you already got guys that can hit home runs already on the team. You know what I mean?
They got to get all this stuff done first before we could say that they're a World Series team again. But they have to make all these moves. And the relief pitching, I wouldn't worry too much about. The bullpen, even though I think they need another reliever, I think their bullpen will survive. I'm concerned about the rotation and the outfield and the infield. Those are the three things.
Just don't bring back Heaney back. Whatever. Yeah, Heaney,
no,
right?
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone with the Dodgers.
Don't bring his ass back here. That's all we care about. My God.
Well, he's gone. He already signed with the Dodgers.
So, the team should be good. They're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with Chad Green, though, man. I don't know about that guy again. But
yeah, well, they're talking about maybe Iglesias, like I said, Iglesias or Josh Hader. Maybe they'll trade for Josh Hader from the Brewers, or they'll sign that guy Iglesias that was on the Reds and the Angels. So if they do that, they're good. I only think they need one reliever. That's it, because they have Loizaga, they have Chapman still going to be there. I guess Chad Green. They have Clay Holmes. They already signed Joely Rodriguez back, so I don't think they're really going to go for relief pitching. They're just going to get like one reliever, and I think that's it. They have to focus on their rotation, because every time they get a great bullpen, they always lose. I've seen their bullpens the last 5-6 years, and they always lose. They always have this great bullpen, and they always lose.
Yeah, because they get worn down, man, because the starting pitching sucked. With all those years with Sabathia, Tanaka, A.J. Burnett, and all those guys getting blown out in the first inning, then you got to bring in these guys every game. The bullpen gets worked, and you'll never win like that.
Their offense is just overrated. They just hit home runs all the time. So, Sabathia and Burnett were great for the Yankees in the first couple of years. They were great. I mean, they won the World Series with them.
Yeah, but in the final years, they were horrible, man.
Burnett didn't even last here. He only was here 3 years, and they let him go.
After that championship, they all went downhill from there. Everybody, Jeter, the whole 9 yards.
It did. It was never the same again.
Yeah, they all went downhill. Swisher went downhill. Everybody went downhill. They were really
good for that one season. That was it. And then it was like a waste the rest of the way.
A-Rod, he went downhill.
It was a really, they did win a championship, but that was it.
Yeah, they all went downhill after that, man. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's like they just ran out of gas after that World Series or something like that, man.
It was like one and done. That was it. You're lucky that you got the one championship out of it.
Yeah, man, and they had a team that I think they could have repeated too.
Everyone thought. I thought they were going to win 2 championships at least. Some people thought they were going to win a dynasty. But they were a very old team already. But they had the talent. I thought they at least could have won 2. I thought they were going back to back. I thought they were that good, but they didn't do it.
Was it the next year Jeter broke his ankle?
No, that was 2012.
Oh, so it was a few years later.
Yeah. He also hurt himself in 2003. He jammed his finger. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, and he still played, man.
Yeah, he came back. Yeah, he jammed his I think he broke. I don't know if he broke something or he jammed it. He came back, and if you remember, his batting stance was different. They changed his whole entire batting stance.
Yeah, and that's why he got stuck into the one he got now. That statue type of stance that he does.
Yeah, and that was when he first came up. He had a completely different batting stance, Jeter. And then in 2003, it changed. Yep.
Yeah, man, he used to wave the bat up high.
Yeah.
And do
because Jeter never hardly ever got hurt. He maybe got hurt twice. That was it. When he broke his ankle, and then 2003, that was it. The jam finger, whatever that was. But that was really it.
Got hurt
other than that, he was always healthy.
He got hurt in Seattle, sliding into third. Was it shoulder? I don't remember.
He never was. If you look at his games played, he always played, and he was never on the disabled list. Like he hardly ever went on the. In 2009, he was 35 years old, and he played 159 games. Let's see anybody on this team that could do that today. Nobody could.
But those final years, what was it? 2014 when he had the calf problem.
Well, then towards the end of his career, yes, then he started to break down.
He couldn't come back.
Yeah.
I was at that game I was at both them games when he got hurt and came out. Man, I said, "Oh man, Jeter don't look good running," and he didn't come out.
At the tail end of his career, then he started to go on the injured list at the end. Yeah, then he was just. But then at that point, it didn't really bother you because he was like, he did everything that you wanted him to do. He won all the championships. He accomplished everything.
Yeah.
And, he went out as a legend. So, I mean, he did what he had to do, man. Jeter did enough for the Yankees.
That's true, man. And that's what these guys need to understand, man. That they gotta play hard just like they did, and every other player before them, because there was... I mean, back in the 90s and all that, players didn't go on the injured list unless they broke an arm. You know what I'm saying?
Jeter gave you everything that he had, man. He poured his heart out. I mean, he did enough.
I mean, guys play with broken fingers and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, look at Mickey Mantle. Man. He had two blown ACLs.
I don't know how the hell he did that.
I don't know how he did. His whole career he played like that.
Yeah, with two broken. Yeah, that's right. He did, and I don't know how the hell he did that, man. There's
no way,
because
it was different times back then. It was if anybody got like that, if any player got that today, their career would be finished. They would be finished for the rest of their career if they ever had two blown ACLs. They'll be done.
Yeah, man, that's true. They'll be career over.
That's it. Especially two of them. So they have to get those things, and I'm hearing. I don't know. They looks like they're going to offer Carlos Correa a huge, hefty contract. I'm hearing, but I still say they should sign Corey Seager. I like him better. I don't know because I don't like Correa with the cheating with the Astros. But I mean, I'm not really crazy about the guy. But I guess if he signed, he signed. I'm not gonna lose sleep. I'm not gonna cry over.
Well, the Astros offered Correa. What was it? 5 years.
They already offered him a contract. He turned it down. He's gone. He's not going to the Astros.
So, but he's looking for 10 years though.
I think he wants. Yeah, I heard he wants like $300 million or something.
Yeah, something like that, and he wants like the same deal that this guy got with the Mets.
Lindor. Yeah,
Lindor guy. So I wouldn't.
And so does Corey Seager. He wants like they're over $300 million too. So they want. But the Yankees apparently, I'm hearing very quietly, they're going to have a huge offseason. It's looking very promising for this team that they're going to make a lot of moves because you're hearing a lot of different stories now. You're hearing they're going to get 2 starters and a center fielder and a first baseman and a catcher and a shortstop. So if they're doing all that, then you're hearing all this at once, then they're going to do all that. Then I just don't know.
Well, that came from Cashman's mouth himself.
Yeah.
That came from his mouth himself. So, it's going to happen. I don't know how.
I think you're going to see it all. You might see everything.
They're working on that right now. And
the only thing I don't think they're going to do is sign a catcher. That's the only thing they might leave out. But they're going to sign a shortstop. They're going to sign a first baseman. They're going to trade for a center fielder. They're going to sign 2 starters. So I think they're going to do all that.
I think they're going to sign the starters, but they're going to trade for they're going to trade for a catcher and center fielder. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely. And a reliever. Yeah, and they'll get a relief pitcher. That's another thing that might get left out, but I think they'll probably sign one of those reliefs. Because what are you going to do with Zach Britton? He's done. He had Tommy John surgery. He's finished.
Yeah, they need to replace him with somebody.
He's gone. He's going to be out the whole season next year. So you can't keep Zach Britton on this team. I would just trade him or cut him.
That's true. I would give him his severance pay and let him go.
He's gone. He's done. He's not going to be a Yankee ever again. That was the last game that he pitched as a Yankee. He's finished. Yeah. So you might as well let him go. You have to. What are you going to do with him?
Yeah, they're gonna have to find somebody to replace him. That's a fact. Yeah,
they need to get at least one relief pitcher because he's gone. So, and left field, it looks like they're going to keep who they have, and that's it. And I guess.
We might see a totally different team next year.
Well, we are going to see a whole new team. I think they're going to keep Gio Urshela at third. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think that's the one position they're going to leave. Unless they could upgrade it with somebody better. But Urshela's going to stay, I think. He's got 2 years under control, I think, or 3. So.
Yeah, but there's a lot of talks that they want to trade him and stuff like that. I don't know why.
There was talks, but I don't know if he's going.
I don't know why they would want to trade him when he when he plays every day. He doesn't get hurt. He hits, and he plays hell of a defense at third base too.
There's even talk. Oh yeah, he's the best defensive player by far. And then there's talk they might upgrade their bench even now too. They're saying they might go for that guy on the Dodgers, Chris Taylor. He's a bench player. They're saying they might sign him. So
if they're
really
talking about that, then you might see LeMahieu traded, and you might see some guys gone.
Well, no, they're not going to trade LeMahieu. We just signed him. They're not going to trade him. I think he stays. Well, you have to see what he does next year. If he comes off of if he what do you call it? If he has a bounce back season, then he's not getting traded.
I think you might see him traded, man, because Cashman said that he's looking at having Gabriel Torres at second base.
They're not keeping Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres is getting traded. He's not staying on this team. You know that. We talked about this.
Yeah, I know, but this is what Cashman said.
They can't trade They can't trade every position. I mean,
they can't.
It's like there's no way they're doing that. You're not going to see second, first, third.
You might see LeMahieu in a package deal, man, for somebody.
No, you're not. LeMahieu's not. Then there wasn't even talk about LeMahieu getting traded. They traded LeMahieu and our team. The guys that are getting traded is probably Luke. Aaron Hicks, Gary Sanchez, Zach Britton. Those are the guys that are definitely getting traded for sure. I don't see these other guys. Aaron Judge is obviously going to sign probably a contract with the Yankees. They're probably going to sign him to a multi-contract. Don't know when, but I don't be surprised if Aaron Judge gets signed on top of all this with all these signings and trades they make, and then he gets signed. Then
before his contract ends, you think they'll sign him?
Yeah, they might. They might do that all on top of all this. I get this, and then if that happens, you might see the Yankees spend over maybe $250 million. They maybe more. I don't know if you remember in 2009 they spent over $1 billion that year. Maybe they're going to spend more.
Well, we already know that they're waiting for that arbitration thing with the owners to see how much
collecting bargain agreement. Yeah, they're waiting for that to pass.
How much that is.
They could reset the luxury tax, and then they could do anything they want. They can't say. They can't make excuses anymore about their payroll that they can't spend a lot and they can't go over it because they could do anything they want. Now they can make like 6 moves now.
Well, yeah, that's true, man. Let's see what happens.
You got to look at their payroll when they reset it. That's room for making all those moves, so they could do that. So they might go over it, and I think they will, and they're going to probably spend over $1 billion. So I don't know what they're waiting. I hope they do it. Let's see if they actually. This could be it now. I guess they're finally maybe they're finally listening to the fans. That people are fed up now.
Well, yeah, they know the fans are fed up, man. They tell him every day, and he sees it every day, so he already know that it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, it's about time if they do all this and it happens and comes through. It's about damn time they do all these things. They never did all this in so long now. They never had a big season like this in 12 years.
Wow, man. Let's see, man. Let's hope, man. I don't
know. It took them so long to finally wake up. It took you 12 years to finally realize that you had to make all these moves. They haven't won a World Series in 13 years. It took you this long.
or maybe that was their plan. Maybe they knew there was gonna be a new bargaining agreement coming up. So they said, you know what? Let's just not spend no money and just wait and save our money, and then boom, buy a World Series. I don't know.
Yeah, but it took them all those years to finally realize it. I mean, they could have won a World Series a long time ago. If they made all these moves in 1 year, one off season, they would have won. They took all that time. I mean, they waited too long. It's like now with them, that seems to be the trend.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, man, but anyway, man, I think we said all we said, man. But we can end the show here, man. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting what happens over this weekend, man.
Yeah, it is gonna be interesting. You're gonna probably see a move or two. I'd be shocked if you don't see it. I mean, they already said it too. They made it clear that they're gonna make a move before December. So.
Wow. So let's see. I know they're trying to get these guys. I think Verlander might be first.
Yeah, probably he's going to be the first one that you hear get signed. I think that's a safe bet.
Because he's already with the showcasing and the scouts are looking at him already. Yeah, and then they said that the Yankees, a
lot of teams were looking at him, but they said the Yankees liked what they saw, and he was throwing like 95, 96. And this reminds me of last week with Corey Kluber. They liked Kluber and they signed him, but you know how that turned out. That didn't turn out good. But this is Verlander. He's a way better pitcher than Kluber. I hope this guy
is Verlander. Period.
I hope he pitches great. I mean, if he comes here, he better not be a dud. I hope, because they saw a lot of these old guys and they never ever work out.
I think he will work out here, man, because Verlander pitches very well.
Oh, he does. He always does. I mean, I don't think he's gonna have trouble. He always pitched great against the Yankees. I mean,
he dominates in Yankee Stadium, man. I mean, they can't even hit a home run off this guy in Yankee Stadium. So,
no, the Yankees never ever hit Verlander.
No,
they always had a hard time with him.
So if he could pitch like that, man,
he owns them.
He might win 20 games.
You never know. He might have like one of those, bounce back seasons where he just totally rejuvenates himself. So hopefully he will. But God bless you.
Yeah, I gotta go blow my nose, but yeah, I guess we'll end it here, man. It was a good show, and hopefully we got some more news on Tuesday, man, when we come back.
All right, man. So take care.
Yeah, thank you for coming, man, and talking. But let's thank everybody for watching. Excuse me. Sorry. And let's watch some Spanish baseball, win the league. And so long, like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notification for updates every time. So long, everybody, and see ya.